To introduce the vineyard here, we're at Place of Changing Winds. We are in the Macedon Ranges, northwest of Melbourne. 500-meter altitude. This is a very special vineyard because of the way it's planted at a really high density, managed with some really high-end practices. We are between Mount Macedon and Mount Bolongarook, and we do have frost as part of our challenges to manage in spring. To introduce myself, I'm Rémi Jacquemain and I'm the vineyard manager and the winemaker here at Place of Changing Winds, getting into my 8th season managing the site here. So for us, spring frost damage or spring frost as a challenge has been part of our experience every year. Every single year we do get frost in spring. This is partly due to the altitude and to the presence of Mount Macedon over there, sending masses of cold airs. So basically anytime the weather is clear in spring and the forecast is for 3 degrees or lower, we will generally get a frost. So that translates into, on average, 5 to 8 significant frost events after bud burst every year. So we have tried different methods or technologies to protect ourselves against frost damage. We have used windmills or wind machines, which have not worked for us. We are now protected with water sprinklers, which are working very well into protecting our vines against the lowest frost, -3 degrees. But using water comes at a cost in terms of water usage, obviously, and bringing a lot of water to the vines, preventing work for a few days, especially mechanized work after a frost. So we've been very interested into looking into alternatives. So Frolight, for us, we were immediately interested in first the type of technology, radiation, being protected from losing any form of heat, also not being affected by low winds, because in our type of frost we do get katabatic winds, so winds coming down with cold air and moving things around a little bit, which was working against us with the wind machines, trying to bring warm air when cold new air was constantly coming through the vineyard. So the technology seemed interesting for us. The biggest advantage we can see over our current usage of water is obviously not to be relying on water source and not bringing extra water to the vineyard and not preventing work to happen in following days. So we have installed this trial equipment a bit after bud burst, so we had to be delicate and careful, not breaking shoots, but it was definitely doable. We've managed to cover 20 rows, which was good because it was a significant block with the equipment we had for a trial. So yeah, installing it is no more difficult than tying canes, basically. It's like the same sort of operation, the same type of equipment than tying canes in cane pruning to the wire. So in that regard, our viticulture operators were capable of installing the tubing relatively late after bud burst without much damage or difficulty. So this frost season so far, we have had 3 frost events and we're expecting a 4th tonight. So we have particularly had 1 frost event that took the temperatures down to -2 for a few hours. So definitely in our experience in this site, -2 would have completely wiped out the canopy that was there. The vines were at about 2 leaves open, 1 leaf, 2 leaves open, and we know we would have lost everything at this type of frost. And Frolight did a great job. And then 2 lighter frost events, but you can see the canopy behind me. We have had a great experience, as in the vines, the canopy, the leaves and the fruit have been protected so far without damage. So to power the system, we do not have a 3-phase coming from the street here. So our best options was to rent a generator on a trailer, which was a convenient for us system because we can move it around and choose the block we wanted. But it sounds like generators for us will be the way of powering Frolight. I think the most important benefit that Frolight has given us was efficient protection against frost without the very heavy addition of water without preventing work in the vineyard in terms of spraying and cultivation and all the work we do. So if I had to summarize our experience so far with Frolight, using it for 3 frost events, I would say that it was an easy installation, but the most important is it was a stress-free, simple activation at night. Just a very easy thing to start and to monitor, and if I may add something with a strong aesthetical side to it. So after our experience with Frolight, I would definitely recommend it to peers and growers, and especially in probably a lower density type of vineyard. It seems like a very efficient, easy to use system, and I would definitely recommend it, yes.